So I did a lot of undergraduate research. I was a biology major with a minor in chemistry, and I did honors in the major in neuroscience. I completed an undergraduate thesis before I was accepted. I also had years of experience in both human and veterinary medicine. I'm an EMT, and I was also director of operations for the Florida State University medical response unit.
During high school, I took AP courses so that I could take more advanced classes in college to prepare me for a veterinary profession.
I was in FFA, I was in the pre-vet club, I was in a lot of different sports while I was in school growing up.
And it took me about 3 months per essay.
Actually coordinating with my mentors, vets I've worked with, academic advisors and things in the past in regards to getting my letters of recommendation completed.
Because I didn't have like a car to get transportation, I was able to focus on my schoolwork. So taking time off isn't a bad thing because you'll have a really good GPA, and then afterwards you can get the animal experience and everything else you need to apply to vet school.
Because you really have to sell yourself, and that's a hard thing to do for a lot of people, especially I think people in a professional school. You know you're good enough, but you've never had to tell somebody why you're so great and awesome and wonderful and perfect for this position.
And it went by really, really fast. So yeah, I remember walking in and leaving.
It was amazing. One of the best interviews that I had in interviewing for vet school. It was very laid back. It's a 3-person interview, so I had 1 faculty member, I had a research faculty member, and then I had a 3rd-year veterinary student. Sometimes they have a 4th year, I just happened to get a 3rd year. It was a phenomenal experience. We laughed, we made jokes.
It's great. I actually had a lot of fun with it. My interviewers were very nice. It was very lighthearted, and it felt comfortable, like you were just having a normal conversation with friends.
There's no one that's going to back you into a corner and hammer you with questions and try to make you cry.
My minor was American Sign Language, and so I can communicate with deaf people when they come in with their companion animals or guide animals.
My involvement with the Dean of Students office in undergrad. I was part of an organization that served as ambassadors to the office, where I served in multiple leadership roles, and I also worked for the office as a student employee in the Disability Resource Center. And while all that has nothing to do with veterinary medicine, which a lot of people told me that I should quit and find a job in a clinic, I think it really helped me stand out because not many people had anything like that on their application.
I think by the time I finished applying, I had about 5,000 hours of veterinary experience.
And I actually have a very specific interest in reproduction, and I think a lot of people don't have that, but I love it. And so when I interviewed, I told them all about how that was my passion.
I became a high school teacher, and I actually applied the year before while I was in the clinic. The year that I was a high school teacher, that's the year that I got in. So I think having a little extra stuff under my belt is what made me stand out more.
Well, I was a non-traditional student, so before I was here, I was an interior designer, and having a degree in something else, I think definitely gives people an edge because in a sea of science degrees, you stand out and you have a different set of skills that can actually help you do things here that you may not have had otherwise. So.
That if you're interested in applying to the University of Florida College of Veterinary Medicine, that you volunteer here. This is a great way to get to know the lay of the land of the hospital and not have that pressure on you to, perform.
I would say to start early and to have as many people as you can look at your personal statement, and then after you write it, to put it away for a few weeks and then look at it again with fresh eyes.
I've heard a lot of people that don't apply because they think, oh, it's going to be too hard, that's not for me. Don't do that. If it's something you want to do, apply.
Do what you want. If there's a certain class you want to take, or a club you want to be in, or there's a volunteer opportunity, or a job you can work at, even if it has nothing to do with veterinary medicine.
I was just myself. During my vet school interview, I literally used the word, I'm ready to nerd out in vet school, and my interviewees laughed. Just be yourself.
You can take any kind of speech course or anything that prepares you for oral presentation.
Take the advice of others, but take it kind of with a grain of salt because your experience will be different than theirs.
3. Go Gators!
Go Gators!
It's great to be a College of Veterinary Medicine at the University of Florida Gator.
Go Gators!
Go Gators!
Go Gators!